In this video, I'm going to be talking about all of the products which I think are going to be massive sellers in 2020 on Amazon FBA. Stay tuned. Hey guys, Christos here and welcome back for another video. And just like I said in the introduction, we are going to be talking about all of the different products which I think are going to be massive sellers on Amazon FBA in the year of 2020. But before we do just that, if you haven't subscribed to the channel, make sure you do that right now. And if you are looking forward to this video and you're looking forward to hearing about the different products which I think are going to sell well, make sure you like the video and leave me a comment as well. So there's two ways in which I could have filmed this video. The first way is I could have obviously just given you a list of all the products which I think are going to be hot sellers in 2020, but the way I'm actually going to film this video is I'm going to have to give props to Natalie Cromie from the Secret Wealth Project YouTube channel. I'll leave a link to their channel down below, and that is I'm going to give you an actual calendar of all of the different products which are bigger sellers in different months. So what I'm actually going to do is just take you through the months of 2020 and just tell you about the products which I think are going to be hot sellers in each month and how you can prepare to get the most out of your sales. So let's start off with January, of course, and this is the month where everybody's just finished Christmas, everyone's probably piled on a couple of pounds and they're going to be looking at getting into the gym. So anything like gym supplies, dietary supplements such as like protein bars and stuff like that, anything relating to health and fitness is going to be a good seller in January. So I guess if you're living in the UK, then shops like Holland & Barrett, Sports Direct, JD Sports, all of those kind of stores, you want to be looking at the clearance items and the sale offers. Even in December, like if you're watching this at the end of December, get on those sites now because they're going to have offers over the Christmas period. And just an additional thing to add before we move on to any other months, obviously fitness equipment will sell all year round, just obviously elevated in January, but I may mention some seasonal products, so make sure you're always checking your keeper charts or BuyBot Pro just to make sure you're making the right buying decision in terms of how much of the item you're actually going to buy. So when it comes to February, the only kind of main event which I potentially believe will influence more sales, and that's going to be Valentine's Day. So things that may sell well during February is obviously going to be chocolates, because partners will buy their other partners chocolates for gifts. Maybe some beauty products, men may go and buy some women some beauty products or something like that, or maybe even the women buy men beauty products. But any kind of gift that relates around Valentine's Day are going to be good winners throughout the month of February. Then when it comes to March, we have two things depending on what year we're actually in. Number one, we have Mother's Day, so very much the same, those kind of gifts, you know, chocolate gifts, beauty gifts maybe for your mother. And then we also have Easter, which is absolutely massive, and you want to get on Easter as early as possible. If you go back and look at the video that I talked about with the advent calendars in Christmas, I was sourcing those advent calendars at least a month, maybe even a little bit earlier, before the actual advent calendar season actually started. So with Easter, you want to be getting on Easter products and looking for those Easter eggs and looking for those good deals. So when it comes to March, you want to just be looking for chocolate. Chocolates are going to be massive winners. Look for bundles, look for individual products, but chocolates are going to never ever let you down in March. So when it comes to talking about April, it could be very much the same as March, because depending on what year we are in, Easter could actually obviously be in April as well. So anything like chocolates once again, but also things like grocery shopping, because we do have St. George's Day, I believe, as well. So anything like that is going to be a good winner throughout April. Now when it comes to talking about what products sell in May very well, especially when we're talking about seasonal products, things start to get a little bit more, especially when you're in the UK. If you're in the USA, most parts of the USA, obviously, it's going to be hot all year round, but in the UK, that's when it starts to actually get a little bit hotter when it comes to May. So people are going to be looking at getting out in their gardens, maybe doing some early garden work, or maybe barbecues. Anything that's going to be to do with outside is what is going to start selling well in May. And I know some people that live in the UK might even say this may be too early, but it also presents a really good buying opportunity, because places like your home bases and B&Qs will still have good sale offers on those kind of outdoor equipment and accessories, so it's a really good chance to get some good arbitrage on those items. So make sure that you're popping into those shops just to check out and just see if there is any opportunities laying around. So just to give you guys some real examples of products that actually sold really well for me last year, barbecue covers was a massive seller for me last year. Outdoor toys, anything like Nerf guns, outdoor games, anything like that are always big winners on Amazon. And then another one would be like kind of party and barbecue accessories, even down to the point of plastic plate sets, anything like that were massive sellers for me last year. So when it comes to talking about June, it's going to be very much the same. We're going to be well into the summer then. So obviously all of the things that I just said in the previous month, but another shout out to Natalie on this one because I didn't even think of this one, and that is we have the Euro 2020 tournament. If you're in the UK, football is an absolutely massive sport and everyone is going to be watching it, I'm sure. So there's going to be buying opportunities with anything to do with the England team, anything like that. Looking at places like B&M, Home Bargains, all of those kind of places are going to present really good buying opportunities for things like that. So when it comes to July, obviously we're still in the summer months, so all of the things I previously just said, but we also have two massive sporting events. The first one we have is going to be the 2020 Olympics, so expect to see a lot of selling opportunities and products based around the Olympics. But my personal favorite, and I think it is in July, it may go from July into August, and that is Wimbledon. So as a kid growing up, I know for me personally, every time I watched Wimbledon, even though I hadn't played tennis all year round, the first thing I wanted to do was get out and play tennis, and that's just going to generate sales because I know there are other people like me that want to do exactly the same. I even still feel the same way about that now, being at 28 years old, but it's just going to happen. So they're going to be buying opportunities for tennis related products. So obviously I've said about the stores as well, just Sports Direct, JD Sports, all of the different kind of discount stores like B&M, they will all present opportunities for tennis equipment in the summer months. So when we hit August, we're obviously still in the summer, but we are coming to the end of it a little bit, and what people do have in their mind is just preparing their gardens for the winter. So keep in mind about different things that people will want to buy for their garden to help it survive throughout the winter. Once again, barbecue covers are a massive buy in this month because they're going to want to cover up their barbecues so they don't get moldy, dusty, rusty, whatever throughout those winter months. But another thing to start thinking about, and this is where I made my biggest mistake last year, I didn't think about Q4 early enough. So there will be arbitrage opportunities for Q4 in August, but a lot of people let them go by because they think that they're not going to sell well for the next 2 or 3 months. But believe me now, after this year, they do. So even to the point, there will be advent calendars somewhere about in different shops in August. They'll be discounted, they'll be cheap, and you'll be able to grab them early, and their price will go up on Amazon. Trust me, believe me, watch my advent calendar video and you will realize just that. So yeah, make sure you've got an eye on Q4. I'm not saying you should completely change your strategy to buying toys, games, chocolates and gifts, but just keep an eye on it. If you see some opportunities in stores, do not let that pass up. Make sure you scan that item and check the sales history. The sales history for this part is going to be the key thing because it may not look great at the moment, but you want to be looking how it sold last December, last November, if you're sourcing them products in August. When it comes to September, the main thing that I believe will influence sales is going to be back to school supplies. So this could be anything from pencils, any kind of stationery, pencil cases, notepads, books, revision guides, backpacks. You could go on forever when it comes to back to school supplies. It's such an expensive time for parents and there are always great discounts for them in the stores. So you can literally go anywhere for this, including the main supermarkets. There are always great opportunities for you as a seller for this. I didn't take enough advantage on this year just gone, sorry. So that's going to be something that I'm going to be looking at for sure in 2020. So now we're in October, which means only one thing, we are now in Q4. So toys, games, chocolates, gift sets, anything that you can gift as a present at Christmas time is going to be a massive seller throughout all of the remaining months. So anything like that is going to be a winner. The other thing that happens in October is obviously Halloween as well. So there are so many good buying opportunities for Halloween, and I'm going to hold my hands up because I was so focused on Q4 and Christmas, I actually forgot about Halloween this year. And speaking to some friends this year, I realized about how much profit and how many easy sales I actually missed out on. So make sure you have got an eye on Halloween in October. And what I'm going to do is group November and December both together, because if you are selling on Amazon already and you have just experienced this Q4, you know how crazy it is in terms of what the sales ranks mean, how quickly things sell, and what prices you actually get for things. And this year didn't disappoint again. So when it comes to November and December, it's just anything relating to Christmas. So toys, games, I've said it all before in the last month, but just as much as you can. This is where you want to be taking full advantage of selling on Amazon. This is the best time as a seller to sell on Amazon. It's also when the sales rank doesn't really give a true reflection on how quick a product is selling. There were so many products that I bought which were ridiculously bad sales rank, but they still completely sold out before we even got to December. It just goes absolutely bonkers. So make sure that you are buying everything that you possibly can, spending all of your buying capital on these kind of products, because this is where you can really take advantage of some big products, big sales, big turnover, and just really make some good sales for your business in the closing months of next year. So that's going to conclude it for what products I think are going to sell throughout the year of 2020. Just something just to add, which I was thinking about whilst I was filming the video. Obviously I've mentioned that each month that the products that are selling, let's say for example I said Halloween in October, you do want to be thinking about buying and sourcing these products at least a month or two before the month that I said they're going to sell well in. So just keep that in mind when thinking about what products to buy. Also, if you wanted to grab a visual copy of this list that you can maybe print out and just have on your wall, then what I will do is post this in my free Amazon Reseller Network Facebook group. If you want to join that, please feel free to click the link below. There will be an announcement post on there right at the top so you can see the list and just print it out. Apart from that, once again, thanks for Natalie from the Secret Wealth Project for giving me this idea of filming this video. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Like the video if you found it useful. Obviously, any questions that you have, leave them in the comments section below, and I shall see you guys in the next one. Cheers.